Hello. Happy Monday. Good morning. It's 3 p.m. Good afternoon to you. Hope you had a good weekend. Let me know if you doodled anything cool over the last 2 days. Good afternoon. We'll wait a little bit longer to see who else shows up. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Notice I made a new doodle for this week. Yeah, I'll try to go a little bit slower today. Also, if you're finding things a bit fast, you can always go back and look at the videos again and pause it when you need to. Okay. So, for today's warm-up, I thought we would do this quick little exercise. I'm sure you've done it before, but it's always fun. So here's my paper. And I don't know the technical name for it or if it has a name, but basically you're turning quick squiggles into doodles. So just do a quick little scribble, maybe a couple. You can do some more angular. So right now they're just scribbles. Do a bunch. And yours will look different than mine, obviously. It would be weird if we scribbled the same way. And all you want to do is look at each scribble. You can rotate your paper until you see an image pop up, and then you can complete the doodle. So for me, right here, when I rotated my paper upside down, it's starting to look like a flamingo. So I'll just add some more lines. Flamingo. And if your scribbles overlap, that's totally fine. You're just doodling, right? Maybe I'll make the wing pop up. So from your little scribbles, you want to try to figure out what that scribble wants to be, basically. So let's see, maybe this one here looks like a truck to me, so I'll turn it into a truck. So you're using your scribble as a starting point. And it looks like a truck with the trunk open. Or a car, maybe a car. I don't know. I can't draw cars without a reference picture. That's the trunk open. Maybe there's balloons coming out of there. Who knows? You're just kind of doodling as they go. And again, if you're just joining now, we are turning little scribbles into doodles. And your scribbles will look different than my scribbles. And what you want to do is look at your paper, look at your scribbles. You can rotate it until you think of an image for those scribbles. So I started with this bird slash flamingo, and I turned the scribble into a car with some balloons coming out of the trunk. And I have a couple more scribbles here. Let's see. And if you can't think of anything, you can use it to doodle something else. It could be part of a design, it could be something abstract. You can start with this line. You can try to repeat that line a bunch of times. Until you come up with something, and maybe you won't. Maybe it's just destined to be a pattern or an abstract object. That's totally fine. And let's see. This one here kind of looks like a bird to me too. The tail. Okay, so that's a really quick little warm-up for you. You can do it whenever you're bored. You can do it when you need to open your mind to new ideas. Yeah, so just a question. Is anyone else having connection problems? Is the live feed kind of doing okay? Let me know. I'm going to move on from the warm-up here and start today's little doodle along. So I thought for today we would doodle Harry Potter characters, because that has been requested several times, possibly from the same person. But instead of having a reference picture, I thought we would start with the description of the character from the book. So, how would you draw a character just from the written description? So let me read you. Our first character will be Harry Potter, because he's the star. So Harry Potter. Harry had a thin face, knobbly knees, black hair, bright green eyes. He wore round glasses held together with a lot of sellotape because of all the times Dudley had punched him on the nose. The only thing Harry liked about his own appearance was a very thin scar on his forehead, which was shaped like a bolt of lightning. Okay, so let me write down some of the things I heard or read. So he has a thin face, knobbly knees. I think that just means he's kind of skinny. Black hair, green eyes, and round glasses with tape and scar, lightning scar. And he said a thin lightning scar, so we'll just have to remember those descriptions. So Harry Potter. From this description, we can start kind of the same way, drawing the basic shapes of a person and then kind of adding in the little details. So let's start with a face, and again, this is my way. Your head shapes can be different, but I'm going to start with the head, and I do sketchy lines so I can kind of see my circle shape, because I can't just draw a perfect circle, and you shouldn't have to either, because people's faces aren't perfect circles. And body shape, except he's kind of skinny, so I'm going to make his body skinnier. And he has knobbly knees, so I think that means his legs are kind of thin. Okay, and at this stage you're just kind of trying to get the basic proportions that you want. And I'll have him with his arm out holding his wand maybe. Forget if he's left or right-handed, doesn't matter. Okay, so if you imagine this is his wand yielding hand. Okay, fin face. So my face is round because I wanted to make him look cute. You can make him look thinner if you want it to be more accurate to the description. But I'm gonna stick with cute for today. Okay, so he has black hair. Doesn't really describe his hair that much. So you can make it up. I think his hair is kind of probably messy. So I'll give him some messy hair. And I'll leave a little spot here so you can see his scar. Try to draw lightly at first so that you can erase if you have to. Also lightly so you can erase all these guidelines. And I'm gonna give him big eyes. If you have colors, you can make them bright green, like it said in the description. But I'm just gonna use pencil. Actually, I'm gonna erase a little bit here. Make sure his scar will be visible. So, eyes. And he's wearing round glasses with tape. So, I'm gonna give him big glasses. And the tape will be here. And his thin scar. Okay, so I just did a quick little zigzag for his lightning scar. And for his uniform, let's see. Oh, you can add a mouth and a nose if you want. Kind of think he looked cuter without the nose, so I'm going to erase the nose. Okay, and for his uniform, he has a tie, so if you want to do a little circle for the tie part, and like a oval or a leaf shape, and I think it had stripes. I'm not looking at a reference picture, so I'm kind of basing it off memory. And I think he has like a white collared shirt. And let's see, I think his cloak comes down to there. So his cloak will cover most of his body. Shoes, pants, and belt maybe. And sleeves, so I'm just using the guidelines here that I drew for the arms and making sleeves that aren't skin tight. So if you imagine this as his arm without sleeves, you're adding sleeves on top of that. That's his hand. And this is his hand. If you want to draw his thumb, I usually just do like a little round thing there, and his little wand here, and maybe some magical sparks, little squiggly lines. So once you've drawn the cloak here, you can erase the parts that you shouldn't be able to see through the cloak. Okay. So it's always fun if you're reading a book and there's a cool character description to try to doodle what you think that character might look like. Because Harry Potter's so well known, we kind of have an image of him in our heads already, but try to go back and read Harry Potter and see what the descriptions say. So that's Harry Potter, kind of based on the descriptions from the book, kind of based on what I remember from the movies. Okay, and I think we'll move on to our next character for now. So Hermione, in the book, she doesn't have a lot of description of what she looks like, but here's what it says. She had a bossy sort of voice, lots of bushy brown hair, and rather large front teeth. Rather large front teeth, which doesn't seem like it happened in the movies. So I think we'll focus on the front teeth. Maybe it'll make her look like a cute girl with buck teeth. So the thing I'm focusing on for Hermione, well, one is bushy brown hair and rather large teeth. So again, we can start with the head shape. I'm gonna make them look kind of cute. So I'm gonna make the head a little bit bigger. And her body, again, legs. You can do stick legs for now. And I think I'm gonna make her holding books because she likes books. So I'm gonna have her arm crooked like this, and maybe one hand up like that, holding a wand maybe. And so for Hermione, she has bushy brown hair, so let's give hers, maybe that means it's frizzly, bushy. It's the same technique if you remember from the tree episode. I did little squiggly lines. You can use the same technique here. So Hermione has a lot of bushy brown hair. And again, this is my own interpretation. You can change yours to your own interpretation. This is just one way. It's not the only way. And give her nice big eyes and eyelashes and rather large teeth. Gave her buck teeth. And I don't think it mentions her eye color, but I imagine they might be brown. And she also has a tie. So same thing, circle and leaf shape for a tie. Try to draw really lightly first because we're going to add some books in the crook of her arm as well. Maybe we'll do that first because it's in front. So we have the hand here. So we have this part of the arm and that part of the arm. This part of the arm is in front. Show that a bit more. And someone's saying slow down a bit, so I'm gonna go over what I just did again. You draw basic shapes of the body to help you figure out the proportions of the character you want to draw. The things I wanted to focus on for Hermione were bushy brown hair and her rather large teeth. And these are from the book, her description from the book. You can exaggerate her teeth even more, might be funny. But right now we're drawing the forearm here with a hand that's holding some books. So to draw some books, you're going to draw a couple rectangular shapes behind that arm shape. So just draw a couple. Okay, and it kind of covers my tie, so you might not see a lot of the tie. So I'll redraw that here. Here's a book. And then you'll see maybe that much of the tie. Okay, how's that so far? And this other arm here, and her cloak. And kind of same thing, the cloak goes down kind of to her ankles. So I just draw kind of a straight line. I curve a little bit at the bottom, draw another straight line, and I think the girls wear skirts. So let's draw the other half of the cloak first. So this one, straight, curve at the bottom, and if you can imagine the belt area and skirt, and then there's legs and shoes. I think the skirt might be pleated like that. And you'll see the back part of the cloak too, between the legs. So if you imagine this curve going this way, and if you imagine that whole shape going around like an oval, it will continue like that behind her legs. Hopefully that makes sense. I forgot to do that for Harry Potter, so I'm going to do the same thing. Curve this way, and imagine that this makes a whole shape. So you can see a little bit of it between his legs there. And she can be holding a wand too. How is that? Is everyone still following? If it's a little bit too fast, remember you can always go back and watch the video and pause it wherever you need. So for Ron, he's our third character. From the book, it says he is a tall, thin, and gangling with freckles, big hands and feet, and a long nose. So he's tall, thin, freckles. Freckles has a C. Freckles. Big hands and feet. Long nose. I haven't been drawing noses on my characters, but you can if you like. So again, start with the head. Basic round shape. I'll make him a bit taller just to contrast with the others. So I'll give him a longer torso. Longer legs, big feet, so bigger feet, And I'll have his arms outstretched too. Bigger hands. Maybe he's waving. Okay. And I don't think it tells what his hairstyle is, but it is a bright red color. So I think I'll go with what I remember from the movies again. So maybe he has kind of that kind of hair. Imagine it's bright red. His eyes, eyebrows. Forgot eyebrows on Hermione. And Harry Potter. Everyone has eyebrows. And freckles are just little dots. So I'll give him some freckles. And again, the uniform, so there's a tie. The leaf shape. The stripes. And the cloak. So there's top part of the sleeve. Goes to the armpit here. And kind of goes straight down. And kind of inward around here, close to the tie. You can do the straight down. Line straight down. And the curve at the bottom. And maybe because his torso is longer, this is kind of where I imagine his belt will be. And then we'll draw another straight line on the other side to draw the other half of the cloak. Curve at the bottom. And fill in his legs a bit here. Okay, and again, the back part of his cloak here will kind of continue that oval shape. This oval shape here will go up to there. And his other sleeve. Maybe his hands are outstretched a bit. And this hand looks like it might be holding a wand. Okay. So those are 3 really quick doodles of Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ron, kind of based off of their descriptions from the book. Another fun thing I like to do is kind of turn animal characters into characters like this. So let's try that really quickly. We'll try to turn maybe a bear into Harry Potter. Let's draw a bear as Harry Potter. It'll be Berry Potter. So we're going to start with a big head shape to make it super cute. A little body and the legs. So we're starting the same way with like a basic shape. Kind of making a paper doll, but you're doodling. So basic shape of a bear. And now we want to add kind of those descriptions to the bear and also the uniform, but like a shrunken version. So let's start with, that's the bear's nose. These are the eyes. And Harry Potter has big round glasses, so we'll give this bear big round glasses, held together with tape in the middle. And he has a scar. You can give him some hair if you want. again, tie. So the tie will be a little bit shorter because his body's shorter. But it's the same kind of idea. I start with like the knot of the tie. And here's the small cloak. A belt, some pants, and he can also be holding a wand here. Okay, do you see how I kind of took this costume and I put it on a little bear? Maybe we'll do one more here. Which animal? Let's turn. Let's turn a mouse, or maybe a cat, because Hermione's pet is a cat. Let's turn a cat into Hermione. So, same thing, start with the head and the body and feet, arms. So that part's the same. The ears are different. They're gonna be a little bit more triangular. Okay, here's the nose of the cat. Let's draw the rather large teeth. Erase this part a little bit. Okay, so far it's a cat with big teeth. But then you can start adding her hair, wavy lines, bushy hair, and her uniform. So the tie has a little knot in the longer tie part, and the cloak. She has a skirt, and she has nubby feet, so you can put a line to show that she's wearing shoes. Okay, maybe she's holding a wand also. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Hopefully you can kind of see my process. It's just one way to do it. You might discover new ones as you continue your doodling journey. But one way to take character descriptions as a starting point, drawing the character in your own way, trying to transform it a bit more into animal characters, animal versions of it. Okay, hopefully you all followed along without too much problem. The challenge for today is to practice what we did, and also going back to the scribbles, I want to challenge you to scribble all over one page. So let me show you really quickly what I mean. So here's full random scribble. Start anywhere, just end at the same part that you started. And in each of those spaces, I want you to turn each of the spaces into a creature or a character. So, for example, this one out here, I'm gonna give it eyes and a nose. Okay, whatever you draw, as long as it fits inside this space. And again, your doodles will look different. And they don't have to be real characters. They can be monsters, they can be aliens, imaginary ones. They don't have to all face this way. Okay, so that's something else you can do if you're bored and if you want to challenge. Okay, so I will leave you with that today. The quote I have for you today is this: to practice any art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow. So do it. I hope you take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.